What's going on, guys? We are live. What is up? Hope you all had an amazing weekend. Excited to be featuring these today. You know, I'm not too sure about the initial drop date on this. If this counts as an early pair, I feel like certain skate stores ended up releasing it a little bit sooner. But hey, we got them. That's all that matters. You know what I mean? You know, you guys know me. Typically, Sundays are reserved for dunks or any other sneaker that I can acquire. But we were able to get these, and I'm excited to touch on a little bit. So, I mean, I'm just gonna right off the cusp, I'm gonna say these aren't the most interesting dunks in the world. Like, the story isn't as deep as, you know, the sneaker I featured yesterday. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. It was definitely a fun one, you know, with the box and all that stuff. I definitely did enjoy showing that old soul to you guys. But who we got in the building? We got Mr. Old School as usual. What's up, man? How are you? Yeah, definitely had a good day. You know, busy. I feel like we've just been running around like literally the entire weekend. Entire weekend, we're always kind of like just dialing things in, trying to figure out how we can get the channel. I don't know, just a little bit better than yesterday, if anything, right? But what's crazy to me is, like, if I didn't have these pairs, if I didn't have this pair of sneakers, I honestly, I'm not too sure what I would be reviewing today, or if we would be going live. I do happen to have a couple other sneakers I am sitting on. I guess it's just backups, if anything. But these are the sneakers we're going to be featuring today. Okay, so these are called the you know, the pretty much the Nike SB. I would say it's a Dunk Low Adobe. Okay, I know when you guys hear Adobe, you're probably thinking like Adobe, like, you know, like Photoshop, or like, you know, the Adobe Suite and stuff like that. But no, we're talking about Adobe, like the clay. You know what I mean? And with this specific sneaker, I guess why it's significant is it's not its own sneaker. It's part of a pack. But Nike and Sneaker News and all that, they haven't really released any of that. So I'm under the impression, and I think I got some of this information from Blue Tile, so I'm not sure if you guys are following Blue Tile, David from Blue Tile, but basically he was talking a little bit about how this is part of like a DIY pack, you know. So this one specifically is to signify Bondo. You know, but for those that don't know and aren't skateboarders, Bondo is pretty much like it's kind of like a sealant that they cover up cracks and crevices so that you can actually, you know, you have a little bit more runway, you know what I mean, prior to jumping down a set of stairs or a rail or something along the lines. Yo, Denzi, what's going on? What is up? Happy to have you in the building. Yo, guys, smash that like button. Definitely help the algo. Believe it or not, I know it's 7 p.m. and I'm having coffee, but decaf coffee. Just, you know, for me, I just love the taste of coffee, so that's kind of why we're drinking decaffeinated coffee right now, but we're doing what we need to do. But how were your days? I hope you guys had some fun, some rest and relaxation for sure. Again, we've just been busy running around. So this is going to be kind of like a part 2 stream. We're going to touch on the sneaker, do a little bit of review, and then we're going to touch on exactly what's dropping this week. It's not too much dropping this week, full transparency. We'll touch on a couple things. And then there's also one sneaker I want to touch on as well, which I am actually excited about, that is coming soon. So we're going to pretty much cover that. And then I was also thinking, you know, a lot of my streams don't all have to be sneaker related stuff. Like, you know, I mean, I like talking about other stuff as well, but the main premise, the main vehicle is sneakers. You know what I mean? Yeah, so this is actually coming from a pack. We don't know what else is coming out with this specific one, but I'm thinking that because this is the Adobe, kind of like the clay, you know, has a little bit of like, I'm trying to figure out what kind of color this is, because it's interesting. It's not necessarily a pink, it's not a maroon, it's kind of like in the middle of that. And I don't think they've released anything like this, at least like a full color like this, okay? But I'm thinking another color that they might release, and again, this is just a hunch, is kind of like a concrete color. I'm thinking they might just do like a concrete, you know, because if you think about it, when it comes to like building stuff, when it comes to skateboarding, they use concrete, they use Adobe, they use different materials. So I think this pack is going to be kind of like a builder's pack, if anything, that they're going to come out with. So I'm not going to say I got an early pair because this pretty much released, I would say, about a week ago, if anything like that. This was still sitting at my local skate shop. Shout out to Deluxe. This was still sitting at least in the smaller sizes, so we were able to hit on a size 7, and that's what I have to show you guys today. Yo, we got Bulldogs in the building. I'm on a treadmill, bringing the high blood pressure down after the 49er game. Let's go, Bear. Oh, man, I love to hear it, man. Yo, Christian 2K. Yo, guys, shout out to Christian 2K. He did send me some photos of his, he was rocking the cherries. So shout out to our contest winner, Christian 2K. Very, very lucky guy to hit out of the 3 shock drop contests that we had last year. He hit on 2 of them. That's like, dude, you got to buy a lottery ticket, man. I swear to God, like it's insane to me, honestly. Did I see the gum pack? The gray and black are so fire. I'm gonna touch on that too. I had the option on getting some of the gum sneakers. Actually, let's touch on that real quick before we jump into this. So basically, we go ahead and take a look at Atlas over here. Okay, these are the sneakers. They're actually really nice in hand. I'll show them to you very, very soon. But I missed this. I missed this contest, and what happened was, during the drop date of the drop date of the True Blue, I was at Undefeated. I was one of the first people there. They pulled this out, and I could have bought it. I could have bought the black ones, but I don't know. I just wasn't really thinking. I was just kind of like going full throttle for the the True Blues. So that's all we went with. But I think it would have been nice to cover one of these. I prefer the black one. I think the black one just goes with a lot more things. White's clean, don't get me wrong, but also with something as clean as that, it's going to get dirty pretty quickly as well. So you got to take that into account. Yeah, your Niners won, Bulldogs. Yeah, man. Okay, dude, that's awesome. I like, again, I'm sure a lot of people celebrating right now. This is insane. But yeah, yo, shout out to Bulldogs in the building. Yo, cheers up. Cheers up. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. I'm sure some people are going crazy, that's for sure. Oh my gosh. We smashed the Raiders and we smashed the Cowboys. I'm happy. Those were our Super Bowl games of the year. Damn, man. You guys, yeah, I'm sure a lot of people are just going crazy right now, all right? But I appreciate you all rocking with me today and, like, spending some time with this guy to feature these sneakers. Shout out to all the 6 of you. If you don't mind, smash that like button. Definitely helps the channel more than you guys realize. All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to dive into it, okay? But before we dive into it, I just want to touch on a little bit of exactly what this is, all right? So it's another dunk. Yes, I guess it's dunk day over here. But it's a solid color. It does come with that gum sole. For those that don't know, I much prefer gum soles. I feel like when it comes down to like ollieing and kick flipping on your skateboard with something with a gum sole, the grip tape tends to stick a little bit better. It just has a little bit more grip, and that's why I much prefer gum soles, if anything, all right? So it says it was set to release sometime this year. I don't necessarily see a drop date, and this is why certain skate stores, when they acquire the pieces, they can kind of release it whenever they want, you know what I mean? So, like, when did Atlas even post this? Atlas posted these, I believe it was about a week ago. Yeah, 1 week ago. So, these probably dropped about exactly a week ago. I don't know the exact date. See, somebody's already asking, like, who are the winners of the black and white gum? Did anybody announce? I'm sure they already announced. I mean, that's typically how it goes, especially if they dropped these a week before that. These went under the radar for me. I'm not going to lie. I was either busy or doing some other stuff, but I'm glad we copped these and we're able to feature on the channel, and we got these today, okay? So kind of we got back to back with a couple dunks over here. Yo, we got Doxus in the building. What up, y'all? Yo, what's up, Doxus? How are you? What's going on? Nitro in the building. Hi, and I took 4 L's on SB dunks at my local skate shop. Really want Adobe and black gum paired. The black gum, I'm kind of low-key kicking myself because I could have bought it. I was in Undefeated, but hey, it's fine. We got a lot of sneakers, and I've been able to kind of, like, for every day that I have time to commit to the channel, we've had something to feature. So I'm not going to cry about it. If I find an opportunity to pick them up, I will, but I'm probably not going to be getting them on the aftermarket. All right, and then they dropped these two. I'll probably cover this in another stream. These are pretty much they're the signature sneaker of Brianna Gearing. So I don't know. I think they're pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie. Me being a skateboarder and seeing the influence that a lot of females are bringing to the sport, it's game changing, and it's really amazing to see it happen. Christian 2K says the gray gum is my favorite. Mr. Otto says I give you that. Losing the Niners hurt a little bit. Oh man, yeah, no, I'm sure a lot of people just like a lot of energy in the air, especially after these big games. That is for sure. Nitro says they're doing some random skate shop drop for the SB gum bottom this year. Yeah, I think so. I think it's kind of like at the skate store's discretion. That's basically how they've been going about it. Okay, so over here it says, while its name, similar to what I said a while ago on when you hear Adobe, you think about Photoshop, Illustrator, right? But that's not necessarily what it is. This is just to give a nod to the type of clay, because this color is to signify Bondo, part of a do-it-yourself skate park type of thing. All right, I'm just gonna exit that because you were getting some music in the background, or at least some advertisement. But this is it. All right, so. No exact date. It just says 2023, super vague. Skate Shop releases it at its own discretion, but these are just a couple of the photos of it. So without any further ado, let's go ahead. I do like the insole. We'll be taking that out and taking a quick peek at them. And then they do also happen to come. I do like to stitch in the back. I think that's clean. These are the insoles. We'll definitely get to that for sure. I find it interesting with the check marks and all that fun stuff. And then it comes with two laces on this. It does come with a white one, and then obviously that Adobe as well. So it is clean. And without any further ado, let's go ahead and let's blow up the screen. All good, just relaxing. Yeah, I hope you all had an amazing weekend. It's not over yet. We still got some time, obviously, but these are them. Bang. All right, so it comes in an interesting box because I'm so used to it being a little bit more squared and then rectangle. This seems like they squished the box and now it's longer, but I guess this is just how they do it. But yeah, not our size. It's a size 7 men's and women's 8.5, but it comes in your purple box. So this is, I guess the regular Nike SB box. Let's go ahead and open them up. Okay, so standard paper, nothing fancy. And let's go ahead and let's take these bad boys out. All right, here they are. Bang, right over there. All right, so this is the Adobe. This is the Adobe. And I don't know. Honestly, I'm just looking at it, and I think it's a clean, skatable sneaker. I'll take the other one out as well. And yeah, so we got... I'm like all over the place here. All right, so we got, I guess, a couple things over here. Okay, first thing you're gonna notice is that nice gum sole. Okay, and then you obviously have your Nike SB right over there. Pretty much to protect the middle of your foot. Super solid. It does come with these extra laces as well, hanging inside. These are. I'm not gonna say they're exactly like white. It's more like, but it's not cream. It's kind of like a dirty white in a way. But these are flat laces. That's another thing that surprised me. These aren't your regular fat dunk laces. These are flat laces, and they do kind of like look a little like, they look like they're waxed, but they're not necessarily waxed. They just have a little bit of like a highlight on it, like a little bit of a gloss on it, if anything. But it's a solid color overall. You know what I mean? That Adobe, that clay. I think these are going to be amazing to skate in, and once you start to like just shred it up over here in the front. Does happen to have those double stitch toe cap over there. And then this material, I'm not the biggest fan of this material. I think, especially when you're doing 360 flips, it tends to tear in the middle over here. So I think for this one specifically, I don't know. You just skate it, and you'll eventually see what I'm talking about. But this is more like a cotton material versus that suede. Okay, but solid. It's a solid pair. You happen to have the Nike swoosh in more of like a leather. Okay, you can see that it's got like a little bit of a tumble on it. Back, you got Nike stitched in with those 3 stripes stitched in that dirty white. And yeah, I mean, there's honestly not so much to talk about when it comes to this. It's really like, this is going to be a part of a pack. It's going to be a part of the DIY pack. Just happen to come with this little, I don't know, just filler on the inside. And then another thing I did want to touch on too, it does happen to have this, what is it? This little elastic band on the inside. You see that elastic band? So the elastic band is so that the tongue doesn't really move left and right when you're skating around with it. It kind of keeps its form, especially if anything happens to the laces. Let's say if you tear your laces, the sneaker's still going to be, you know, put together to some extent. You're not going to have the tongue flopping around. You know how sometimes in the past, if you don't have something with that elastic band, the tongue tends to just kind of dip to the side and kind of go wonky and stuff like that. Yo, we got Patch Floyd. He says these look nice. Yeah, no, they're clean. They're clean. I'm considering picking up a pair because this isn't my size, but it's all good. Let me go ahead and see if I can actually take out the. I don't know if I can take out the midsole. I'm hoping I can. Yeah, I can take out the midsole. So I'm just going to take out one midsole just so you can, oh, sorry, one insole so you guys can see what it is. But this is basically it. You have your Nike Zoom technology right in the back over there. That's protect your heel when you're jumping down sets of stairs, jumping down hubbas, and all that fun stuff. But this is basically it. So you have Nike SB. And I am trying to understand exactly what's on it. I guess this kind of looks like directions on the back of a Bondo, you know, of like a Bondo canister. You know, skating for 20 years, like I've used Bondo as well. Like when I was about to jump off stairs and stuff and there were cracks in the way, we would use Bondo to, you know, kind of, it's almost like quick drying cement in a way. And it just basically like hardens quickly, so we can go ahead and attack the spot and actually skate. So it's basically what you see over here. It says all the materials, as you see over here. These are some of the materials because you want to be able to smoothen out the pavement with the Bondo, so there's no cracks in the way, and you can just full send it down those sets of stairs. This is cool. You also happen to have some protection over here for the front of your foot as well, which they have been including in a lot of sneakers for quite some time now, honestly. So that's basically it. The other one looks exactly like this. It just has a little bit of fun on it. So this is going to be a part of a pack. I mean, I have no idea what the other ones are going to be releasing, but if I'm going to spitball a color that I think they're going to do next, I think they're going to do a cement. That's what I'm thinking. So I don't know if that's going to include a gum sole or the bottom is going to be more on like just like a type of color like a cement, and then the top's going to be like a dark gray. I'm just spitballing here. I know nothing, but I'm just saying if this is going to be a part of a DIY pack for skateboarding, I could totally see them doing something like that. Maybe a dunk high. I don't know. You know how they typically do a low and then they do a high. I don't know why they didn't release the pack altogether. Beats me. I think sometimes it has to do with shipping delays or some other stuff. But these are clean. And if you're considering picking this one up, I think it's awesome. Okay? Yeah, just super clean. And then also I did want to show you that initial tongue tag over here. I think this is one of those sneakers, honestly. You know how Nike SB releases a lot of like limited edition and super fun creative stuff, and then those end up going for $400, $500, $700. This one I think was easier to acquire, and more skaters are actually going to be using this. Okay, so you're going to see like when a skater sees another skater like a pro using something like this, they're going to be like, I want that. You know what I mean? Because especially if it's easy to acquire versus something that you hit on and then it's going for crazy amounts. Let's use the lobsters for example. It's going to be hard for me to justify skating my lobsters, considering the fact I know that that price is going to go up to the 700, maybe even 900 mark one day. You know what I mean? But something like this, you can literally use it whenever you want, wherever you want. And solid pair. I'm going to give this, guys, I'm going to give these a solid 8 out of 10. I really do like them a lot. I do like the materials. And then another last thing I did want to mention too, if you look at the eyelets over here, there's no plastic, okay? Which is great when it comes to skateboarding. You literally just have it's all stitched in. It's all stitched in very, very nicely, which just, it makes the sneaker a lot lighter and just overall a lot easier, because if your grip tape does accidentally scuff against that, you're not necessarily gonna have any plastic flying off. You know what I mean? You pretty much have it. I don't see that very often, so I really like that feature that they added. I do really like the fact that this is just straightforward, no fat laces. It's just kind of like lean, clean, just shred. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. So I really do like these a lot. I am a fan, and that's why I'm giving it a solid 8 out of 10. That's basically them. All right, so shout out to Deluxe for these, for still having them in stock, because I mean, you guys know it. We're making moves over here, right? But how is everybody doing? Okay, that concludes my review. We're going to continue the conversation though, because there's a couple things I still want to touch on. I still want to be live. I don't want to be live for just like I don't want to be live for too long, but I also don't want to be live for too short. You know, I kind of want to find that middle ground, if anything. Nitro says most packs drop for SB Dunks have a lot of shipping delays. Yeah, I think we're still like, I'm trying to remember, because I think Blue Tile released their review on this. I think it was sometime last year, like close to Christmas or something like that, because he was talking about how it's nice to put out this review before the year, before closing the year out, you know. So I was like, okay, that's interesting. I guess some people did get it early. I guess Nike SB never really put a final date to full send this out, but hey, it's all good. We got the review, and that's all that really matters. Let's go ahead and check what they're doing on the aftermarket, okay? So surprisingly, there's nothing too special about this. It's a skate sneaker, you know, at the end of the day. But let's go ahead and check these prices. Okay, so larger sizes, it's kind of a no-brainer, are going for a lot more. I'm trying to jog my head in exactly what I paid for these, because I don't believe I'm seeing it over here. I believe I paid, I think, about 110 for this, from what I recall. So if you look at prices over here, you know, for like my size is, you know, trending at a 139. If you buy from here, you'd probably be spending 175, 180, if anything, for the shipping costs and the verification and all that fun stuff, right? But for the size I got, it's trending at about 136. So just so you have an understanding of kind of what these are, you know, if you do decide, I think it's worthy of a cop. Now, I'm probably going to say that about a bunch of the sneakers I review, but I mean, in all fairness, if you're a skater and you want to get something like this, and it's got that Bondo theme, you know, it's kind of like that, if you know, you know. If you're in the industry, you know about Bondo, all that stuff. It's kind of like a little bit of a gimmick in a lot of aspects. We got Vlogging with Demetrius in the building. Yo, how are you? What is good? Nitro says the eyelets, laces, hole remind me of grip tape circles on a skate deck. I like that. You're probably very right. Yeah, it kind of does look like those four holes that you kind of punch through with a screwdriver. Yes, for sure. Mr. Old School says low key clean colorway. Doctor says another DIY theme would be wax. Not sure what the other one would look like. I'm calling cement. I'm calling a cement colorway. Maybe a wax might come out, but I don't know. I mean, hey, let's let them surprise us. But this is, if they're going to come out with a pack, I'm expecting another 1 or 2 at the very most, okay? But again, like, are they going to be doing different silhouettes? Are they going to keep it dunk themed? Are they going to do a dunk high? Are they going to give us a blazer? I don't know what the deal is. But from what Blue Tile was saying, there is going to be some kind of theme here, and this is one of a pack. So we're going to find out more as we go. We got Keats in the building, unboxing night. Hey man, we always unboxing when we can, you know what I mean? Like, we're just making moves here, you know. Again, I appreciate all you guys rocking with this guy, and again, huge shout out to all you guys for helping us get to 1,500 subscribers. It's kind of a big deal. Like, to me, it's kind of a big deal. A lot of people have been congratulating me over the weekend, and some people might be like, oh, 1,500 is not a lot. Like, no, that's a lot of people. It's a lot of people, especially when I'm starting to realize how much work you need to put into a channel to not just gain subscribers, but maintain subscribers. That's a whole different story. So thank you so much for rocking with me today. Now, I want to touch on a couple things. I want to dive in a little bit of sneaker talk. Like, what are we expecting this week? What's happening? Is there anything else top of mind I should know about? I know some of you guys are really dialed in. You probably know about a couple things. But what are we expecting this week? Okay, so these are going to be releasing, I believe this is most likely coming out on Saturday. So Bad Bunny is coming out with a Bad Bunny cream. Okay, so for those that don't know, now you know, okay? I don't know. I don't know if I'm the biggest fan of this, honestly. I feel like it's one of those sneakers that might need to grow on me. I like the last one they did. The last Bad Bunny that did come out was probably my favorite out of the bunch. This one just has a lot of suede on it, so I don't know if I have an appetite for it. Just being fully transparent. So that is coming out on Saturday. These ones are coming out tomorrow. I know not too many people really care for this one specifically. It's kind of a girly colorway. It's actually, this is a GS. Sorry, it's a GS that's coming out tomorrow. I believe this one's also coming out as well this week. Now, I wish this came out in a men's size. I really wish this came out in men's size. They're going to be releasing the GS. I believe it's either on Thursday or Friday this week, and then no, this is most likely coming out Friday, I believe. And then on Thursday, we're going to have two dunks. We're going to have these, okay, these coconut milks, okay, women's sizes only. So, you know, go your true size in women's sizes if you do plan on going for that. That's happening on Thursday. And then we're also going to be going, well, these are also going to be dropping as well. If anything, I would most likely be going for the coconuts versus these. That's just my humble opinion on them. I mean, if you look at the coconuts, it just kind of seems like a little bit of a cleaner colorway. Easier to mix and match versus the curry colorway, okay? But also women's sizing as well. So I just want to let you guys know that. Duxa says the black leather looks nice on the 6. Yeah, it does. You're right. Again, it's only grade school. That's the problem with that specifically. I believe it was where was it? Oh no, it was the 6 that I showed you, right? Black leather looks nice on the 6. I'm like, did I show you a 6 or was that a 7? Nitro says, I want the Bad Bunnies and Campus 80 Towel-y, very comfortable sneakers. Yeah, no, they're very comfortable for sure. That's a fact, okay? Now, the biggest drop that's happening this week, I'm going to share it with you over here. I did share that contest yesterday. There's a contest on end right now. I know there's not that much hype. I know some people are calling this, I hate to use the word bricks, but I'm going to be going for this. We want to feature this on the channel. I think out of everything dropping this week, this is something that I look forward to. Now, Union also did share, well, I don't know if it was Union. There were some photos I saw online of another sneaker that's coming out that has, it's pretty much the same sneaker, but in kind of like a leather. Let me see if I can actually see that real quick. AJKO leather Union. I don't know if, yeah, okay, let me share this, okay, because I literally just saw this morning, and I was like, ooh, what do we think about that? I think the letter's better. I don't know. You guys let me know. Like, what are your thoughts? Which one are you going to be going for? I feel like if I did hit on the one at the bottom, I'm going to have to get, you know, some of that, what is that, you know how they happen to have, like, what is it, like protection spray for it, just because you do not want stains to get on this. This is going to be a disaster if anything happens to this. If you get like ketchup or just syrup or anything on this, it's literally AJKO. It's out of here, you know. But out of both of them, when I saw the leather, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, you signing up for that. Both of these have the ability to remove the swoosh. I find it interesting that this is navy versus the other one that comes with this is more of like a blue, if anything. But I'm excited about these. Now, this is the one I'd be going for versus the other one. Leave it to Union to kind of keep this from us and then let us know about it literally a week right before the drop. So there's, you know, I think it's a good way to kind of create a little bit of excitement for the drop. I don't know if it's guaranteed both are dropping on the same day. All we know is that this one is definitely dropping. All right, so let me double check over here. Yeah, 27th, okay, $150. I guess they're both dropping on the same day. That's kind of what it's looking like. 1/8, check photos. Again, I just literally found out about it. So Nitro says neither for me. It's still F Union. I hear you, man. Chic has a raffle on the Pure Platinum. Yes, I did bring that up yesterday. I appreciate you letting me know. So again, guys, check Chic. And then if you are looking to get these, there's a contest right now on end as well. So I wanted to touch on that as well. So there is going to be a leather version as I just showed you. So the leather one is up here. It's got suede leather on the back as well, and then this little flap, you can actually flip it up, and you can that's where you can peel off the Nike check mark or put it back on. So if I had to choose between them both, I do like the leather. I think it's much better out of both pairs, but like I wouldn't be mad if I end up getting the one at the bottom as well. It is definitely a little bit on the cleaner side. This is more like a little bit of a darker well, like a light gray versus white, okay? But I did want to mention to you, I forgot, somebody was on my stream and talked about how people are going to dye this. Like, so think about that, okay? You can really do it, do it yourself, and you could put your own colors into the one on the bottom. So I don't know. Hey, maybe we can work on a project or something like that. I could kind of see, you know how certain people like to do the coffee aging. They put like their what is it, the Air Force One, the white one, in like, I don't know. They put a bunch of coffee and they put it in there for like a couple hours, mix it up with hot water and all that stuff, and then it ends up having that aged look. I could definitely see that happening with this one, or hey, maybe a blue dye or something like that. But I did want to just bring this up because this is dropping this week on the 27th. Then DZ says, I like the leather and the darker swoosh. Yeah, I'm curious what the one on top is, what the swoosh, the extra swoosh is going to come. If it's going to be yellow, if it's going to be like, what is it? Because the one on the bottom, we pretty much know it's light gray, and then it's also going to come with that like that bright blue. The fact that this comes with a navy, I'm hoping it comes with, I don't know, something fun. Like if it came with orange, sign me up for the one on top. Or if it comes with yellow, sign me up for the one on top. But also think about this. The one on the bottom, you can completely do it yourself with a die, and then you can even cut out your own Nike check mark. And then if you happen to have that type of material, you can just snap it in place. I'm sure some people are going to do some crazy, I don't know, customizations with this, without a doubt. I'm excited to see that. That's for sure. But another sneaker that I'm low-key excited about that is dropping very soon. It's dropping in March, okay? I wanted to bring this up because it's on my hit list. It's like I just literally just added it to my hit list like today. These ones, okay? These are the Born and Raised Dunks, okay? Now, man, just looking at these, looking at the laces, the distressed laces, I'm sure you guys have already seen this. At first, when I first saw this, I wasn't the biggest fan of the writing on the toe. You know how it says one block at a time. That's basically what it says on the side. But overall, this is a banger, and people are gonna come out for this. Like, people are gonna come out for this. I want these. I kind of need them. I think they're amazing. I don't know. You guys let me know. I like the fact that you got the Born. It's gonna say Born SB. I think on the other side it's gonna say Raised SB. These are fire. I'm excited to see what extra laces it comes with. I'm excited. And especially the fact that this is coming out for $120. I don't know. They could probably sell this for $200 and it would still sell. Like, this would just sell. Like, I'm a fan. I think this is amazing. The Nike checkmark is definitely on the louder side. This is, yeah, people are going to come out for this one for sure. Dan DZ says, yeah, no, for sure. So again, like, I'm just trying to figure out, you know, for specific topics of discussion that we are looking forward to. I believe this is releasing in March 4th. So, guys, March is going to be crazy, okay? It's going to be batshit crazy, okay? So save your freaking money. Get ready for March for sure. I think there's going to be a lot of stuff that we don't even know is coming out. And, like, typically, if you think about quarters, okay? This is just like the sales guy in me. Think about quarters. Typically, the last quarter is where a lot of organizations need to make a lot of money. That's where Nike's really going to put a lot of their eggs. Is you see, January's like just like last year. It's kind of dead, and then stuff starts to heat up around February. Expect me to be going live a hell of a lot more February, March for sure, because like, you know, we're on track to get that 4,000 watch hours for sure. But we're going to be coming out for this one specifically. And then we most likely will be live as well for the AJ KO drop as well. So because we're going to be trying online. We want to try. I mean, for me, it's kind of like a game when you have to, like, you know, go through the movements and go with, and everybody else is going after something. We're going to be trying on it. Yeah, the details on this. I wish we had more photos. Let me actually just see if I can find. Let me see if I can find any more photos on this. I would love to see more photos. Ooh, okay. House of Heat does happen to have as well. I'll bring that into the picture. Yeah, I mean, he's got like a little bit of highlights on the socks as well. One block at a time. Yeah, this is going to be, this is definitely going to be one of the, I believe, one of the dunks of the year, along with the Doritos dunks as well. I'm just a fan of the laces. It just kind of gives me like graffiti vibes in a lot of aspects. So, and then also, I mean, I can't not talk about this. Like, We're so used to the pattern in the front, it's just little dots, and this has like, it has almost like plaid in a way, or no, like a bandana in a way. You know how it has that flower image, if anything. And then it says "in loving memory" as well on the laces. These are fire. These are fire. And again, the wording in the front, it's gonna grow on me. I'll get over it, but these are clean. And then I don't really know exactly what this is. It's probably Born and Raises, like it's a logo or something along the lines. I need to do a little bit more research. You see this little divot on the back. I'm not so sure what that says, but it does look very, very different than, I don't know, most things that we do see. And I really do like those blue laces in it, but if I did have the opportunity to pick, I definitely would keep these pink laces for sure. I don't know. This kind of reminds me of like, it just kind of has like Aztec writing or something like that. I don't know what your thoughts are on it. Chucky Goat says, "What's going on, Ernest? Yo, what is up? I'm in a good mood. The 49ers beat the..." Oh my God, man. Jesus. Of course, everybody's partying right now for sure. Nancy says, "Ernest, are you going for the brown sacks?" That's a good question. So I think I'm gonna be real. I think right now I'm good on Saxes. I literally, it's funny you talk about them. Literally, this is what I've been wearing all day today. All right, I freaking love my Saxes. One of the most comfortable sneakers I have in my entire collection, and I use them like literally. Like I feel like when I'm wearing them, it just feels right. Okay. Anyway, am I going for the brown ones? Probably not. I'm not the biggest fan of the color. I'm just not. I really like, if I were going to spend any more money on anything Sax, I would probably want to get another cream one. And I already have another dead stock cream, so I think we're good. And then I'm also sitting on a yellow one in my size, so I think we're good on Saxes right now. I'm going to hold off on the brown ones. I'll see if I can be live for that, but that's a good question. I don't know. For me, let me actually just bring it up. It's too much brown, man. It's too much brown. Brown Sax sneaker. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Let me just go ahead and just bring this on. Let me just touch on this real quick. I'm glad you brought it up. I don't know. I need to see this in person. For me, I wish they changed the midsole. I wish they changed the midsole to just anything. If they had it a little bit like lighter like this, I would probably get them if it was lighter. Now, I'm looking at these photos again. I think it really depends on the photos. Some seem darker, some seem lighter. I like the top now. I would probably do a lace swap on this if anything. But I think just like, to me, there's too much. There's too much brown on it. But again, if you're going for it, full send it. I know Private Selection did a video. I gotta double check. Yeah, and this is again why we do videos and why we show stuff on camera so you guys can see it, because sometimes the photos don't do it justice. Like, you see a photo, and please note, a lot of these photos that you see on Nike and all these other sites, they're edited. They're edited so that they look good. Have you ever got a sneaker and you're just like, oh, these look nothing like the photos? This is why video is, I think, so much, like, video is superior versus photos, because photos, you have the ability to really like mask things on. It's crazy the ability that we have on Photoshop and like how we can make things look so much better than they actually are. But this is why we go live. This is why we touch on them, right? But again, there's no better way than to make the best judgment is to just try it in person and see it in person, right? As we know. You say the gray ones look sick. The gray ones actually, let me actually see the gray ones. I think I probably would go for the gray ones. Gray Sax sneaker. Yeah, okay. I would probably go for the gray ones because I do like, let me just X out of this. I don't want anything playing in the background. I like the orange tabs. I really do like the orange tabs on them. You know, I'm going to be honest, guys. This kind of gives me Jeff Staples vibes. Doesn't kind of look like a pigeon in a way. It kind of has the pigeon vibe in it on it. Like, yeah, these are total pigeons, if anything. You got the orange, you got like the white stripe. I don't know. To me, this is kind of giving me like Jeff Staple vibes. It just is. Yeah, we got HHSB crew in the building. I just think I don't need them like the first two. But we're expecting it to see like 3 more. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. For me, if I'm anticipating any more Saxes, So far, I like these ones. Like I'm gonna hold off on the brown ones. I'll probably be live if anything, but we're probably gonna hold off on these ones. I mean, on the brown ones, but we'll full send it for this. But again, I think it's always people always when it comes to releases like this, more and more colors come out, and then people always gravitate towards the first one. Like they always like, well, what was the first one? Like that's the one, right? And it's why we doubled up, and I'm good. I'm good. I just feel like it's the type of sneaker you can literally. It was designed for whatever you do, whatever your craft is. You can literally use this for whatever. You can use it for cycling. You can use it. Heck, you could probably even use this for climbing. Like it has everything on it with that grippiness on the bottom. Like it's insane. Like this is just such. It's just such a well-built sneaker, and a lot of people got to give it a chance. Like because it takes time for you after you break it in. I don't know. There's just some kind of magic that happens after you've been wearing it for quite some time. But how are we? Yo, HHSB crew, how are you, man? Hope you're having a good week, man. What is good? Thanks for swinging on by. Yo, we got 10 viewers in the building. If you could kindly just smash that like button out of the park, definitely let us help with the channel. Is there anything you guys are excited for this week? I know those Haritos are coming. I believe those are coming in March. Am I right? Haritos Dunk. Let me go ahead and just see. I just want to bring them up because I know this is another thing that people are looking forward to, but this is them. And you guys let me know, is this something you guys would slice and dice? Would you leave it as is? I know a lot of people are going to cut them up because I think they look a little better cut up, if anything. So they're going to come with some green laces, which look very different than these thick orange laces on them. But this is going to be instant seller for sure. $130, March 1st. So I told you, March is going to be nuts. We're going to have the Born and Raised Dunks. We're going to have these as well. Things are starting to heat up. More and more people coming out of the woodwork again. It's like, hey, what's coming up next? These are some of the stuff to look forward to. That's for sure. But out of all the Saxes, I would probably go for the grays over the browns whenever those happen. I mean, also depending on what they're doing on the aftermarket, because if I see the browns doing well on the aftermarket, and if we see there's demand, heck, we'll just full send it. Why not? We got nothing to lose at the end of the day, you know. A dub's a dub. Denzi with the scissors. Yeah, I haven't actually cut anything yet. One of the videos I plan on working on sometime soon is going to be my Huff edited video. Okay, so right now we're trying to get back on the edited grind. Okay, for those that don't know, like I gotta get back on. Like we gotta get back on, and I just have a lot of ideas for on feet and just all this stuff. So just stay tuned, keep rocking with me. I do have some massive plans for the channel, and then we also do plan on eventually creating a Discord and all that fun stuff, similar to most of your other streamers, right? We got Darnell Brown says, traded my lost and founds, and why so sad for lobsters, W or L? That's a good question, man. For me, I'm not going to say that's a complete L, like, because at the end of the day, it strikes me as you really wanted the lobsters. I kind of see the lost and founds and lobsters right now at the same level. So if you could have held on to your why so sads, I think I would say would be more of a W. But I think at the end of the day, hey, you got something, you got a grail. And out of the lost and founds and lobsters, I think lobsters is probably going to go higher in price faster than the lost and founds. This is just my humble opinion. Again, this isn't resale or, financial advice at all, but I just want to let you know my humble opinion. And also what size was the lost and found? Was it a smaller size or was it a larger size? Because if you're trading like a size 12 and a why so sad, I would, I think it depends on your size as well, because that kind of factors in with money as well. Nitro says, I want all Tom Sachs in person. Yeah, it would be nice to have them all in person. Guys, we did invest in we're going to have it pretty soon over here. Was able to pull the trigger on one of the IKEA stands. So you're going to be able to see some sneakers in the backdrop. Finally, all right. I'm going to be getting that on Tuesday. I need to do the setup and all that stuff, but expect to see some heat in the background on some of my lives very, very soon. Okay, so I'm really excited about that because, again, we want, when people come to the channel, they see me live, they have an understanding of like, oh, this guy gets sneakers and he can get heat. You know what I mean? Like, we work hard here. We want to give the best information that we can. Again, there's 2 contests right now, HAKOs on End Clothing. And then right now, there are the Platinum Dunks on Chic as well. Alongside that, there's Cherry 11s. If you missed out and slept on the Cherry 11s, I'm hoping you didn't sleep on the Cherry 11s. I love my Cherry 11s. You still have an opportunity on Chic. And again, right? I mean, I don't know if Chic's contest is still open, but typically, well, it's open on the app. But when I went in store about a week ago, they also had those QR codes. That's going to give you a better chance to hit in store if you do the QR code versus the online. Online, you're battling against everybody who has the app, okay? In the store, it's only towards people who scanned it in store. I don't know if you guys know that, but it's like a separate contest on its own. It's why I hit on my Lost and Founds, my size, 9.5 at Chic, because I went in and I scanned the QR code and I won the sneaker. You know what I mean? A lot of people, I don't think they know that it's a separate thing, okay? But you're going to have higher chances. So I'm letting that little secret be known to all you guys. Donald Brown says it was 11. Man, I think it's a fine trade. I wouldn't say, I think it's kind of leveling the playing field, if anything. I would have tried to push to keep your White So Sads, if anything, but I like, considering the fact you're size 11, I think it's fine. Nitro says, have seen the brown Tom Sachs at your work, and it's a little bit more dark. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about, and that's why I'd much prefer a lighter brown on it. Doxa says, I'm out. Have a good weekend. Hey man, thanks again for stopping by. I appreciate you guys. We're gonna be dipping out very, very soon over here, but I appreciate you all rocking with me while we pretty much just talk a little bit about what we're expecting that's coming out, and then again, I pretty much went live to touch on these Adobes, okay, or clay or whatever you want to call them, but solid pair of sneakers. These have to be skated, like they just have to be skated, okay? Nitro says it's more like a darker wheat color than the TS Air Trainer ones. Gotcha. Yeah, Docs, just take it easy. Have a great evening. Thanks for stopping by. Yo, shout out to the 13 people in the building. Guys, if you could smash that like button, definitely helps the algorithm over here while we bring this channel to the freaking moon, slowly but surely. Preach. I was thinking the same thing. Yeah, I mean, hey, like when it comes to trades and stuff, like I'm not the most savvy. Like I haven't even really, like I have downloaded Trade Block, but I haven't used Trade Block yet. But I'm sitting on a bunch of sneakers, and I think I should start putting some of them on and start looking for the grails that I want. I know in my last live yesterday, I'll let you know some of the sneakers that we're going for. I think 2 on the top on my hit list are the, Travis Scott highs, the fragments. Those are probably on the top of my list. If I can get that this year, that would be amazing. I would be good Travis Scott wise. And then the other ones are the Union Blue Toe Jordan 1 highs. Again, they're Jordan 1 highs. Like, I'm just a fan of Jordan 1 highs. I think when I have my backdrop, you're going to definitely see a lot of Jordan 1 highs because I'm a fanatic of them. I've always loved that sneaker. That's for sure. But I'm gonna go ahead and play some music over here, and then guys, we're gonna dip out. I just want to let each and every single one of you guys know, I greatly appreciate all the support. We finally made it to 1,500 subscribers, and it wouldn't be possible without any of you guys watching my stuff. Like, it just would not be possible. I have a lot of fun doing this. We were able to do a couple shock drop contests last year. I'm hoping to do some fun stuff this year as well. I got some big plans for the channel, and so just stay tuned for what we got up our sleeves. I mean, again, outside of all this, I work a full-time job, so I'm busy. Like, I work every single day. I'm working on something, and if I'm not working, I'm working on how to get better at something. You know what I mean? So I'm either working on Photoshop, how to get better at Photoshop, how to get better at video editing, photo editing, any of that fun stuff. I don't want to come off as a complete workaholic and I'm going to completely burn out here, but I feel like if you have dreams, you're going to full send it. You're just going to full send it. Okay, you're going to put the blinders on, and you're going to resort to spending every single minute that you have outside of stuff that you don't want to do, doing stuff that you actually care about, and you're gonna full send it. All right, but guys, thank you so much. We're gonna go ahead and just play some music like we are over here, and then I'm gonna dip out, okay? But thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. You guys know it. I'll probably be posting stuff in my community page like I typically do. I'll share some photos and stuff like that. We're gonna be doing a couple more lace swaps with the True Blues as well. I have some cream laces. I wanna see what it's gonna look like with cream laces as well. You guys saw I did put some red laces on. I think they're fire with red laces. It kind of completes the True Blue aspect of things for that specifically. But I'm gonna go ahead and dip out here, guys. But again, thank you so much. Like, everything has just been like, it's been just super fun doing this. All right, let's make it a great week. All right, trust me, let's make it a great week. I'm gonna be peacing out. I'll talk to you all soon. But wait, lastly, before I dip out, let me go ahead and just share my Instagram before I forget. Anybody new to the channel, if you're literally just seeing this for the first time, consider subscribing to the channel, smashing that like button, and then lastly, follow this guy on Instagram as well. All right, we're almost at 2,500. Yeah, we lost 2 more followers since yesterday, but hey, you know, I think people just been busy and stuff. It's all good. You know, there's also a lot of fake accounts on Instagram, but consider following this guy before we dip on out here as well. And then also you can click into my link tree over here if you are very curious about my top 10 sneakers of last year. We pretty much have our top 10 sneakers over here. YouTube channel, Twitter, LinkedIn, Professional Yo-Yo Entertainment. You can, and then if you are based in the Bay Area, you can also book some time on my calendar. We can talk a little bit about if you guys need me for a yo-yo event, because I pretty much do that on the weekends as well. You guys know we're always on the grind. The grind don't stop, all right? But yeah, you guys take it easy. Much love. I'm going to be peacing out over here, and I'll talk to you all soon, all right? Later. Let's make it a great week.